Before the glory, before the money, before the golds and the trophies, Cristiano Ronaldo endured struggles that you can't even imagine. And without the bravery of that Ronaldo, we never would have met this Ronaldo, because absolutely nothing hinted at this kind of success. Cristiano Ronaldo might have never been born. His mother considered having an abortion because she already had 3 children, and financially, her home life was so fragile, she couldn't look after another. Her doctor convinced her to keep the baby, and Cristiano was ultimately born on February 5, 1985, on the island of Madeira, but he grew up in extreme poverty with his brother and 2 sisters. The kid shared a tiny bedroom with Hugo, his eldest sibling. "My family had nothing," he said. "I grew up with nothing. We were very poor. I didn't get toys or presents at Christmas." Money wasn't the only problem. Jose Dennis, Cristiano's father, wasn't involved in his son's upbringing. He was also suffering from an alcohol addiction, and it ultimately led to his death in 2005, after a tumor developed in his liver. The young boy quickly began using football as an escape. He made friends and played with them in the street. He even skipped meals to spend time outside, and at 11, his life took a decisive turn. His talent caught the eye of the best scouts in the country. He joined his favorite club, Sporting Lisbon. Young Cristiano was living the dream, but the dream quickly turned into a nightmare because he ended up spending the worst years of his life there. No money, no family, no friends. All he brought with him were 2 things: his talent, of course, but above all else, his immense determination. "I had to leave my family at age 12 to live in Lisbon by myself," he said. "It was very difficult for me. It was the worst experience of my life." Cristiano excelled on the pitch, but that was far from the case at school. He was failing academically, and at 14, he lost it in Madeira. His accent was very different when he opened his mouth. You couldn't understand what he was saying, and everyone made fun of him. One day, he threw a chair at a teacher because everyone was making fun of him, and she didn't do anything to stop it. It was a dark form of harassment, and it reminded him of his old demons. When he was a child, he was made fun of a lot by his teammates. Some gave him the nickname Crybaby because he would occasionally cry when he was angry. We called him Crybaby because he loved to win. The kid from Madeira wanted to prove that he could succeed and realized one thing: you're not the best when you believe you are, but when you know it. There was no doubt that Cristiano would become great. He would leave his mark on the sport. But while all his efforts seemed to be finally paying off, doctors discovered that he had a heart abnormality, a problem that could have represented a risk and put an end to his dream. And without a rapid intervention, CR7 would have never existed at all. We were all sad and preoccupied because there was a risk that he'd have to stop playing football. But in the end, everything went well. Once again, Cristiano Ronaldo overcame an obstacle placed in his way. Was he finally out of the tunnel? The young man kept working, and with a lot of determination, he was convinced that all his sacrifices would pay off. And everyone who crossed his path knew it would happen. The kid from Madeira's success was nothing but a question of time.